Respected Congress President, respected Prime Minister, respected Vice President Rahul ji, dear Divya ji, Simakan ji, members of the Congress Working Committee, my colleagues in the Union Cabinet, PCC President, CLP leaders and senior Congress leaders, Seva workers and Mahila workers, other friends and friends from the media. Today is a great day for all of us. All these years, all political parties followed a particular system in preparing the manifesto. Sitting in Delhi, most of the parties used to prepare the manifestos. This time, we have deviated from that past practice. Congress adopted a novel method of preparing the Congress manifesto. This novel pioneering method is possible only because of the determination and guidance by our respected Congress Vice President Rahul ji. The day one on the preparation of manifesto onwards, she was particular. 2014 manifesto must reflect, it must truly reflect the voice, aspirations of the Indian people all over the country. And this manifesto must bring out a new vision for India. With this end in view, we have organized series of consultations all over India. Nearly 5 months took place to prepare this manifesto. And one glad thing is, in most of the interactions held in various places of India, far-flung areas, Rahul ji personally attended, interacted, always together with cross sections of our society. That is why this time I am happy to tell our manifesto is really a novel, new manifesto. I am happy we are able to include many of the important suggestions we got from the interactions. But at the same time, I feel sorry because even though now we include many of the suggestions, this manifesto itself is one of the lengthiest manifesto. So we are not able to include all the suggestions given by various cross sections of the people. We will find some other mechanism to bring out all these suggestions before the people. I am sure the Indian people, cutting across caste, creed, regions, this time will vastly approve this manifesto, and I am sure this will strengthen the Indian National Congress. You will be able to Indian National Congress. You will be able to come back again under UPA. Thank you very much once again. Thank you.
अब मैं कांग्रेस के उपाध्यक्ष श्री राहुल गांधी जी से अनुरोध करता हूं कि वे कुछ शब्द कहें।
Congress President Sonia Gandhi ji, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh ji, Shri K. Anthony ji, Janardhan Dwivedi ji, Ajay Makhan ji, senior leaders of the Congress Party, friends, members of the press, I'd like to welcome all of you here today. Some 5 months ago, the Congress Party decided to make its manifesto in a completely different way. We decided that instead of making the manifesto in closed rooms, we were going to take the discussion to the people of India, and we would ask the people of India what they thought. You saw in the movie many interactions with me, but in fact, there were many interactions with leaders of the Congress Party, with leaders of the Congress Party and the common man, business, poor people, coolies, laborers, women, and we asked all of them what they would like to put in this manifesto. So the manifesto that we have here is fully the voice of the people of this country. We had a manifesto in 2009, and I'm proud to say 80% of what we had done in that manifesto had been delivered by the UP government and the Prime Minister. And we commit to doing exactly the same.
I'd like to say a little bit about what the Congress Party stands for that is different than our opponents. We believe that for this country to grow, there needs to be a firm partnership between business, between the economic sectors of this country, and between the poor. We believe that you cannot grow this country by neglecting either business or neglecting the poor people. And the best party, the best ideology to do this is the Congress Party. I'd like to say a little bit in Hindi for the people I spoke to. आपके साथ बहुत लंबी बातचीत हुई हमारी और आपने हमें बहुत अच्छे सुझाव दिए. दिल्ली के रेलवे स्टेशन में हमारे कुली भाइयों ने हमें सुझाव दिए. महाराष्ट्र में मच्छी मारों ने हमें सुझाव दिए. महिलाओं ने, आदिवासियों ने, सबने हमें सुझाव दिए और हमने पहली बार मैनिफेस्टो में गहराई से आपकी आवाज डाली है. मैं आपसे वायदा करना चाहता हूं कि वो जो 70 करोड़ लोग हैं जो बीपीएल लाइन से ऊपर हैं और मिडिल क्लास के नीचे हैं, जिनको हम मिडिल क्लास में डालना चाहते हैं, मैं आपको वायदा करना चाहता हूं कि जो भी आपने हमें इस मैनिफेस्टो में लिखने को कहा है वो हम आपके लिए पूरा करेंगे. गरीब जनता से मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि पिछले 10 सालों में कांग्रेस पार्टी ने आपके पैरों के नीचे एक अधिकार का फर्श डाला है. उस फर्श को हम और गहरा करेंगे और मजबूत करेंगे कि आपको भी लगे कि हिंदुस्तान में आपके लिए जगह है, आपकी प्रगति के लिए जगह है. और जो हमारे बिजनेस के लोग हैं जिनकी राय भी इस मैनिफेस्टो में है, आपसे कहना चाहता हूं कि आपके लिए हम ईज ऑफ बिजनेस, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और आपको तेजी से प्रगति लाने के लिए हम पूरी मदद करेंगे. धन्यवाद.
अब प्रधानमंत्री डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी से अनुरोध है कि वे कुछ बात कहें.
Respected Sonia ji, dear Rahul ji, Anthony ji, Dwivedi ji, Ajay Makhan ji, members of the Congress Working Committee, President of the State Congress units, brothers and sisters. Today is a unique day when the Congress Party is going to recommit all of us to a new vision, a vision of an inclusive society, a rapidly expanding economy in which growth benefits all sections of our society, and that in the process we generate lot more new jobs to provide to the young people of our country. Today, there is discussion everywhere about who is good at guaranteeing or providing development. Now, development has many models. One here these days about Gujarat model. One hears about other models. And the Congress model is the model which recognizes that there is a need for an expanding economy to provide lasting solutions to the problems of poverty, but that growth by itself is not sufficient to achieve the solid results of an inclusive growth process. It needs to be backed by adequate concern about education, about health, about the needs of our women, the needs of our scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and other backward class citizens. People ask, what is the record of the Congress party? I say the Congress record is visible to everyone who cares to look at it. We provided an agenda for growth. In the NDA period 98-99 to 2003-04, the growth rate average was 6%. In the UPA 1 2004-05 to 2008-09, the growth rate was 8.4%. UPA 2 2009-10 to 12-13, 7.3%. So we have delivered more growth than our opponents claim that they are capable of delivering. Our farmers are the backbones of our economy. In the NDA period, agricultural growth rate per year was 2.9%. In UPA 1 period, it increased to 3.1%, and in UPA 2 period, it increased to 3.6%. Industrial growth in the NDA period, average was 5.5. In the UPA 1 period, it rose to 9.2%, and in UPA 2, it declined, but still it is above the 5.5% growth rate of the NDA period. The average is 6%. Poverty reduction is a major objective of all development planning in a poor country. Between 93-94 to 94-95, the average annual decline in poverty was 0.74%. In the last 10 years of the UPA 1 and 2, the decline rose to 2.18%, and we were able to lift 14 crores people above the poverty line. Investment is a prime necessity if we want to improve the growth rate of the economy. In the NDA period, growth rate was 25.2%. In the UPA 1 period 35.2% and in UPA 2 36.1%. In all respects, the record of the Congress Party UPA in creating opportunities, creating an environment conducive to rapid economic growth has been superior than during the NDA period. Now, we come before our people with an agenda of what we plan to do in the next 5 years. And here in this election manifesto of the Congress Party, we have spelled out a vision of inclusive growth, a growth process which touches the lives of all people, particularly those who are poor and below the poverty line. Growth has many dimensions, and I'm glad that the Congress Election Manifesto spells out our strategy for accelerated growth, and I don't think anyone can improve upon the growth process outlined in the election manifesto of the Congress Party. We need more investment. We need more emphasis on job creation. We need a lot more emphasis on agricultural growth. We need a lot more emphasis on education. We need a lot more emphasis on health. And all these are spelled out in great detail in the election manifesto. It's an election manifesto which appeals to the concerns and needs of all sections of our society. It is an election manifesto which seeks to unite all our people behind the Congress Party, behind Sonia Gandhi ji, behind Rahul Gandhi ji. So, brothers and sisters, there are attempts to spread disinformation. And this election manifesto will attempt and has attempted to project a picture, a vision of the Congress process of growth, which I would invite you to read carefully. This is an election promise which covers the needs of all sections of our society, farmers in particular, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, our women, our children, and in that process, this is a forward-looking document. I invite you to read it carefully. I invite you to endorse it because it responds to the fact needs of the people of our country. Jai Hind.
अब कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष हमें संबोधित करेंगे।
प्रधानमंत्री डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी, उपाध्यक्ष राहुल जी, ए.के. एंटोनी जी, द्विवेदी जी, अजय माकन जी, हमारे सहयोगियों और मीडिया के साथियों, आज भारतीय राष्ट्रीय कांग्रेस का लोकसभा चुनाव 2014 के लिए घोषणा पत्र जारी हो रहा है। इस अवसर पर मैं आप सबका स्वागत करती हूँ। जैसा कि आपने अभी देखा कि इस बार के हमारे मैनिफेस्टो को तैयार करते समय एक नई प्रक्रिया अपनाई गई हैं। देश भर में समाज के अलग अलग वर्गों से राहुल जी ने सलाह मशविरा किया गया। उनके काफ़ी विचारों और उनकी आकांक्षाओं को इसमें मैनिफेस्टो में शामिल किया गया है। जाहिर है कि सभी सुझावों को इसमें शामिल करना मुमकिन नहीं था, इसीलिए उन सुझावों को हम अलग से प्रकाशित करेंगे अगले कुछ दिनों में। वैसे हमारे सरकारों ने हमेशा देश के आम नागरिक की इच्छाओं और आकांक्षाओं के अनुरूप सेवा करने का प्रयास किया है। आपने खुद देखा है कि डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी के नेतृत्व में पिछले 10 साल का समय एक ज़बरदस्त आर्थिक परिवर्तन और सामाजिक सशक्तिकरण का समय रहा है। पिछला एक दशक देश के लिए तेज आर्थिक विकास का समय था। ऐसा समय था जिसमें समाज के सभी वर्गों, विशेष रूप से कमज़ोर और पिछड़े वर्गों के लिए अनेक नए अवसरों के द्वार खुले हैं। ऐसा समय था जिसमें सभी प्रदेशों और पंचायत राज संस्थाओं को बेमिसाल आर्थिक सहायता मिली। ये एक ऐसा समय था जिसमें सांसद द्वारा अनेक दूरगामी और ऐतिहासिक विधेयक पास हुए हैं। हमारे पिछले मैनिफेस्टो में इन कार्यों और उपलब्धियों की स्पष्ट रूपरेखा थी। कांग्रेस पार्टी ने इस बार के घोषणा पत्र में अनेक क्षेत्रों में बिल्कुल नई पहल की। इसमें हमने सभी देशवासियों के लिए स्वास्थ्य के अधिकार का वादा किया है, जिससे सबकी सेहत की देखभाल एक सच्चाई बनकर सामने आए। कांग्रेस पार्टी सभी भूमिहीन और गरीब परिवारों को आवास के अधिकार का भी दावा कर रही है। हमारा संकल्प है कि हम उत्पादन पर ध्यान केंद्रित करके मौजूदा कौशल विकास कार्यक्रम का विस्तार करते हुए आर्थिक विकास की दर को फिर तेजी से वापस लाएंगे, जिससे हमारे युवा वर्ग की उम्मीदें और अपेक्षाएं पूरी हो। हम सामाजिक सुरक्षा और कल्याण कार्यक्रमों को एक बड़े पैमाने पर विस्तार देना चाहते हैं। बुजुर्गों, विधवाओं और विकलांग भाई बहनों को एक विस्तृत पेंशन सुरक्षा का वादा भी कर रहे हैं। कांग्रेस पार्टी किसान भाइयों की भलाई और समाज के कमज़ोर वर्गों के सशक्तिकरण के लिए कई नए कार्यक्रम का संकल्प ले रही है। ये तो सिर्फ कुछ वादों का ही जिक्र है, लेकिन मैं समझती हूँ कि 2014 का चुनाव सिर्फ अच्छे कार्यक्रमों, योजनाओं और आर्थिक विकास के लिए ही नहीं है। कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए यह चुनाव देश के उस संवैधानिक ढांचे को सुरक्षित रखने के लिए है जिसे हमारे स्वाधीनता सेनानी पूर्वजों ने कठिन त्याग और संघर्ष के बाद हमें सौंपा था, और जो संविधान न केवल हमारी अनेकता को स्वीकार करता है बल्कि सम्मान के साथ उस पर गर्व करना भी सिखाता है। इस चुनाव में हम एक रूपता नहीं, एकता के लिए संघर्ष करेंगे। इस चुनाव में हम उस सामाजिक विचार के लिए संघर्ष करेंगे जो लोगों को आपस में लाता नहीं बल्कि भावना के एक तार में जोड़कर रखता है। हम अपनी लोकतांत्रिक संस्थाओं को हर स्तर पर और अधिक मजबूत करने के लिए संघर्ष करेंगे और हम इस चुनाव में एक ऐसे नेतृत्व के लिए संघर्ष करेंगे लोगों का सशक्तिकरण करता है और उनकी सामूहिक शक्ति का राष्ट्रीय लक्ष्य को प्राप्त करने के लिए सार्थक उपयोग करता है। हम इस चुनाव में एक ऐसे भारत के लिए संघर्ष करेंगे जिसमें यह महत्वपूर्ण नहीं है कि हमारा धर्म क्या है, हमारा भाषा कौन सी है, हमारा क्षेत्र क्या है या हम किस जाति में पैदा हुए हैं। हम ऐसे भारत के लिए संघर्ष करेंगे जो सेक्युलर है और जहां सिर्फ यह महत्वपूर्ण है कि हम सब भारतवासी हैं। हम इस चुनाव में एक ऐसे भारत के लिए संघर्ष करेंगे जो सिर्फ कुछ चंद लोगों का नहीं बल्कि एक ऐसा भारत जो हम सबका है और उस पर हम सबका बराबर अधिकार है। मित्रों, भले ही दूसरी पार्टियों के लिए चुनाव घोषणा पत्र एक रस्म हो, उनके लिए यह वोट लेने का एक साधन हो, लेकिन हमारे लिए ये एक पवित्र दस्तावेज है। सिद्धांत जबान से बोलने और दूसरे को दिखाने के लिए नहीं होते, सिद्धांत अपने जीवन और कर्म में अपनाने के लिए होते हैं। कांग्रेस की यही परंपरा है और हमारा यही संकल्प है कि हम इस परंपरा का हर कीमत पर पालन करेंगे। आप सबको यहाँ आने के लिए दिल से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
अब घोषणा पत्र का लोकार्पण होगा। आई रिक्वेस्ट द कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट टू रिलीज द मैनिफेस्टो। अब आप लोग थोड़े से अच्छे सवाल करेंगे और उसके बाद सभी लोग दोपहर के लंच के लिए निमंत्रित हैं। अजय माकन जी।
आदरणीय कांग्रेस अध्यक्षा श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी जी, प्रधानमंत्री डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी, उपाध्यक्ष श्री राहुल गांधी जी, श्री A.K. एंटनी जी, श्री जनार्दन द्विवेदी जी और यहाँ पर उपस्थित तमाम हमारे मीडिया के साथीगण, अभी जब आप प्रश्न पूछेंगे मैं कुछ चीज़ें ग्राउंड रूल्स के तहत 2-3 बातें मैं सिर्फ कहना चाहूँगा। एक तो स्पष्ट प्रश्न पूछें, केवल वो जिनका नाम लिया जाएगा, मैं कोशिश करूँगा ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग अकोमोडेट हो पाएँ। दूसरा, कोई सप्लीमेंट्री क्वेश्चंस कृपया करके ना पूछें। और तीसरा, कॉर्डलेस माइक वहाँ पर हमारे मीडिया डिपार्टमेंट के लोग हैं, उनके पास में उपलब्ध है, और जैसे ही मैं नाम लूँगा ये वहाँ पर आ जाएंगे आपके पास में और आपको माइक देंगे और आप प्रश्न पूछ सकते हैं। और चौथा, सबसे महत्वपूर्ण, आप किनसे वो प्रश्न पूछ रहे हैं, अगर आप प्रश्न पूछते समय इसका भी मेंशन कर देंगे तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा। मेरी कोशिश रहेगी कि हमारे एजेंसीज के लोगों के, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया के, प्रिंट मीडिया में भी हिंदी, इंग्लिश और वर्नाकुलर सब लोगों को हम लोग मौका दें। लेकिन मैं समझता हूं कि आप हमारी इस बात को भी समझेंगे कि 300-350 की संख्या में बहुत ही कम लोगों से हम सवाल पूछवा पाएंगे, लेकिन सवाल आप सबके सब लोग रिपीट नहीं करेंगे तो मुझे लगता है कि सबके उत्तर भी मिल जाएंगे। तो मैं पहला प्रश्न मैं समझता हूं कि हमारे को एजेंसी से शुरू करना चाहिए और अजय कौल पीटीआई से अपना प्रश्न पूछे।
हेलो राहुल जी, मेरा सवाल आपसे है। भाजपा के प्रधानमंत्री पद के उम्मीदवार नरेंद्र मोदी हैं और ये माना जा रहा है कि उनके पक्ष में एक लहर सी है। आप और आपकी पार्टी कितना चैलेंज मानते हैं मोदी जी को?
में इसी सेटिंग में यहीं पर सवाल उठा था कि कांग्रेस पार्टी की बहुत बुरी पिटाई होने वाली है, और यह सवाल आपने हमसे पूछा था, और आपने यहां आपके ओपिनियन पोल्स दिखा रहे हैं कि कांग्रेस पार्टी को यूपी में 5 सीटें मिलेंगी। वही एनडीए की वेव थी, वही कांग्रेस पार्टी की पिटाई होने वाली थी जो 2004 में और 2009 में नहीं हुई। देखिए, कांग्रेस पार्टी यहां चुनाव लड़ेगी और जो रिजल्ट आएगा उससे आपको आश्चर्य होगा। जहां तक कांग्रेस पार्टी, जहां तक यूपी की बात, यूपी में हमारा परफॉर्मेंस जैसा परफॉर्मेंस, रिपीट परफॉर्मेंस होने वाला है। अब आप इस बात को माने या ना माने, पिछली बार जब मैंने कहा था आपने नहीं माने, चुनाव होगा पता लग जाएगा। जो आपने मोदी जी की बात की उसमें मैं 2 शब्द बोलना चाहता हूं। मोदी जी जरूर एक इंडिविजुअल है, मगर मोदी जी एक विचारधारा को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, और वो विचारधारा एक्सक्लूजनरी विचारधारा है, चुने हुए लोगों की राजनीति की विचारधारा है, लोगों को एक से दूसरे की लड़ाने की विचारधारा है। वो विचारधारा हिंदुस्तान को नुकसान करने वाली विचारधारा है, और उस विचारधारा को हर कांग्रेसी लड़कर हराएगा।
नंदिता सुनेजा, टाइम्स नाउ।
My question is also to Rahul, Congress Vice President, right here where Amit was, same place. My question is that the primaries is your, beloved experiment, so to speak. But yesterday, your own primary candidate from Baroda has been raised by Madhusudan Mistry ji to fight Modi. And also a lot of concerns in your own party, though they would not say it on record, about the primaries. One of the biggest criticism is that those who are electing the candidate are not elected members themselves. So both these, please.
The primaries are a very small step. And the step is designed to demonstrate
a very simple thing. It is designed to demonstrate that candidate decisions can be successfully taken with the input of large numbers of people. 15 seats in the Congress party have been chosen by approximately 12,000 members of the Congress party. And each one of those 12,000 members has been given a guaranteed right to choose those seats. Now, that is an extremely powerful idea. Every party talks about involving people when they are giving tickets. Nobody actually does it. The Congress party has actually gone and done it. That's the first point. The second point is that it is true that there are shortcomings in every new process. And this process must not be seen as a process, it must be seen as an idea. And the idea is represented here in this discussion as well. The idea is that 500,000 people have their voice in this manifesto. It's the same idea in the primaries, that we need to move away from very few selected people choosing who will represent people in this country. And I think it's a very powerful idea. It will only deepen. Let me point that out. Yesterday's decision, the candidate himself felt that as it was a senior member of the opposition, the candidate himself felt that if the party felt that a heavyweight should fight that election, the candidate was giving his place to that person. There was another, you see, the important thing about the primary is the idea that 15 seats have been decided by Congress members, district presidents, block presidents, youth Congress members, NSUI members, Mahila Congress members, etc. That is the important thing. And that is something that we are going to carry on deepening. There will be issues in 1 or 2 seats, and those are things that, come in any process.
Thomas Dominic from Malayalam Manorama.
Mr. Gandhi, you have been fighting for quite some time. The latest has been that you are fighting in the campaign. Your alliance failed miserably in finding out new friends, and unlikely to get more seats from Andhra Pradesh or UP or Bengal or even Tamil Nadu, from where you got a number of seats last time. My question is, do you have any game plan as of now in the coming days to make up for the lost time, or are you prepared mentally to sit in the opposition?
Well, this has been spoken about a lot, and journalists have asked me also about our alliances, and I just like to point out exactly what the situation on alliances is. Large numbers of the NDA, previous NDA, are not supporting the current incumbent, the current candidate. You have the BJD, who is not supporting the NDA. You have Mr. Nitish Kumar, who is not supporting the NDA. And there are others too. Sorry? Biju Janata Dal. And there are others too. On the other hand, the Congress party has an alliance with the RLD. It has an alliance with Lalu Yadavji. It has an alliance with JMM. It has an alliance with Sharad Pawarji. So, yes, it is true that we do not have an alliance in Tamil Nadu. And it is true that we do not have an alliance in Bengal. But it is also true that we have an alliance in Jharkhand, in Orissa, with the JMM, and we have an alliance with the RLD in UP, and we have an alliance with Lalu Yadav, which we didn't have. In fact, if you look at the alliances, we are pretty much where we started. And it's the BJP that doesn't have the alliances. That's the fact. Now, the projection is different. The projection in the media is that everybody, all the alliance partners of the Congress party have gone, and BJP is getting large numbers of new alliances. Well, they don't have one in Bihar. They don't have one in Orissa. They don't have one in with one of the major parties in Tamil Nadu. So that's perception. Now, when it comes to perception, I would have to admit that the India Shining campaign was a brilliant campaign. Everybody, including you, was convinced that the BJP was coming to power with 250 seats. And then on the day of the election, the India Shining campaign evaporated. And it was exactly the same in 2009. The BJP has the ability to carry out campaigns like India Shining. And they're doing it right now. We will see what the outcome of this election is on the day the ballots are cast. And I'm pretty confident that just like the balloon of India Shining exploded, this balloon too will explode. Certainly, I have a slight understanding of Uttar Pradesh. And I can tell you, certainly this balloon is going to burst in Uttar Pradesh. 100%. Not 90%, 100%.
Javed Ansari from Headlines Today and Aaj Tak.
Can I just make one more point about that last question? You see, over the last 10 years, the Congress party has given India the fastest growth rate in its history. At the same time, Congress party and the UPA have pulled out 14 crore people out of poverty. That's not a small thing. And we've done so on the back of our programs, and we've done so by allowing business to function. It is a fact that due to the global economic situation, we are not where we were in the earlier part of the term. But what one must understand is that the only way India is going to move forward is with a partnership that includes the poor, that includes the dispossessed, and includes business. If you try to construct a government that focuses only on business or focuses only on the poor, you will not take India forward. And that is the lesson of India Shining. That was the problem with India. And I speak to my BJP friends and I tell this. It is something that they do not grasp. That the future of India is the poor people in India. The human resources that we keep talking about, they are not rich. They are poor. They are sitting in the villages. They are sitting in the small towns. And those are the people that the Congress party work for. But we also realize that you cannot make those people thrive without unleashing business. So, what are we going to do over the next 5 years? We are going to put in $1 trillion into infrastructure. We are going to put in large amount of money, more money into highways, more money into railways. We are going to construct a manufacturing backbone that is going to give millions and millions of people jobs. But we are not going to forget that the human resources, the future human resources of this country, the people who are going to build this country 10 years from today, 15 years from today, are the people who are living in our villages, the people who are struggling today in our villages, and we are going to give them a floor, as I mentioned, so that they can actually aspire to one day running their own business, to one day becoming powerful business people. That is the India of our dreams. It's fundamentally different than the India of the BJP's dreams. The India of the BJP's dreams, and this is my biggest problem with them. The India of the BJP's dreams is an India where few people run this country. And if one goes in that direction, then large numbers of people will question that idea.
My question is both to Mrs. Gandhi as well as Rahul Gandhi. You can choose whoever wants to answer this. Rahul, one of the issues that has been one of the issues that Mr. Rahul Gandhi has talked about very vociferously is the problem of tackling corruption. You even wanted to take the ordinance which sought to repeal the which sought to amend the People's Representation Act, and then you go and give Mr. Ashok Chauhan, who's been charge sheeted, a ticket. And doesn't this fly in the face of everything that you've been talking about?
May I answer the question?
With great pleasure, ma'am.
Well, the decision of giving Ashok Chavan a ticket has been taken by the CEC. And as far as we know, Mr. Ashok Chavan is not barred from contesting election by any law or by the Election Commission.
Sanjay Jha from the Telegraph.
Rahul ji, I have a question for you. The Prime Minister said that Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister of India will be disastrous for the nation. Do you agree with that assessment, and why?
The Prime Minister is a very wise man, and on most issues I bow to his wisdom, and I tend to support what he says. I think the issue here is not an individual. We like to discuss individuals, but the issue here is an ideology. And it's an ideology that is basically questioning the fundamentals of what this country stands for. It is basically questioning the idea of this country. And that is why I am against it. Individuals, yes, you can have a like, you can have a personal like or dislike. But the real issue is the dangers represented by the ideology.
बहुत सारे लोग और सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं. हमारी कोशिश होगी कि फिर कभी ऐसा मौका हम लोग आयोजन करें. आप सब लोगों का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
एक्चुअली हिंदी में पूछ लेना चाहिए.
All right, so the entire top rung of the Congress leadership there at the ICC headquarters in the national capital at the function for the release of the Congress Party Manifesto for the 2014 Lok Sabha polls. You just heard Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi there answering a series of questions from the media, choosing to train his guns on BJP's Prime Ministerial candidate Narendra Modi repeatedly. Rahul Gandhi there saying Modi's ideology is divisive, it is exclusionary, it presents dangers to the very idea of India because it's an ideology that pits people against each other. On your screens, pictures coming to us live from the ICC headquarters here in the national capital. Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, Congress President Sonia Gandhi and Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi, they're holding up copies of the Congress Party Manifesto for the 2014 Lok Sabha polls. Also, many other top Congress leaders there on the dais, Defence Minister A.K. Antony, Janardhan Trivedi, General Secretary Ajay Makan, Chairman of the media cell of the party. All right, and to discuss that manifesto of the Congress party that has just been released by the top rung of the party, I am now joined by Lalita Kumaramangalam, BJP spokesperson. She joins us from Chennai. We also have with us Priyanka Chaturvedi, Congress spokesperson, joining us from Mumbai. Ms. Kumaramangalam, let me come to you first. You heard Rahul Gandhi there clearly training his guns on Narendra Modi while answering questions, saying Narendra Modi's ideology is divisive, it's going to hurt India. How would you respond to that?
This is something that the Congress has been saying for quite a while. I think you'd also remember that towards the end of the program that you just showed, Rahul Gandhi was talking about ideology of the Congress being better than that of the BJP. I'd like to make a point here, quick point here, that ideology doesn't feed the mouths of the hungry.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, I will have to interrupt you there.
Let me finish.
We'll come back to you in just a bit, ma'am, because we have to go back to the AICC headquarters where more questions are going to be taken by the Congress leadership.
घोषणा पत्र यहाँ पे पेश किया, बहुत सारे वादे इसमें किए गए हैं. कांग्रेस जब एक ईमानदार पहल की बात करती है, तो हम ये जानना चाहते हैं कि 2009 में जो वादे किए गए थे, उनमें से कितने वादे पूरे नहीं हुए
और जो वादे पूरे नहीं हुए उनका भी एक लेखा जोखा यहाँ पेश किया जाए, तभी ये लगेगा कि ईमानदार कोशिश कांग्रेस की तरफ से पेश की गई है।
करीब करीब सारे वादे का अमल हुआ है, करीब करीब सारे।
मनमोहन सिंह जी ने कई बार कहा कि 100 दिन में महंगाई कम होगी, महंगाई कम नहीं हुई। करप्शन के बहुत सारे चार्जेस कई लोगों पे लगे, जिनमें से कईयों को टिकट दिया गया है। इन सवालों पे जनता जवाब चाहती है। सोनिया जी।
Well, it is certainly true that prices have risen in the last 2 or 3 years, and there were reasons beyond our control. The energy prices are determined by international factors. In addition, we took a deliberate decision to reward our farmers with remunerative prices, and that it had the consequence that the consumers, of course, were required to pay higher prices. But we have made every effort to ensure that the effect of rising prices does not hurt the poor. The public distribution system has been so managed that in the last 10 years there has been no increase in the prices of essential commodities, particularly the food grains.